Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of the Holdcast. And for this episode, we're doing a Christmas special, and I've decided to gather a bunch of OCE Reg leaders. So on the panel tonight, we have Luca filling in for Shaq. We also have Ballistic, Josh Lowles, myself, Shady, and Skippy. Say hi, guys.
Right.
Hey,
G'day.
Yeah, so we just finished up the last event of the year. How do we all feel that went? Was it good?
very fun.
Pre-echo.
I'm still banned.
I've actually been muted since 2021, so I
Wait,
feel pretty upset. No, I'm still muted since July 2021.
You need to make. You need to
said
make.
I-
a-
Don't stop yapping.
Honestly, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I was gonna say.
What? 3.5 years ago? Shut the fuck up.
I mean, you have to remember. You got to remind these admins like every day, otherwise they'll forget.
I think Windows just has it stacked against me. So
Wait, do you mean like voice muted or
no,
typing?
no. Typing muted. I'm still.
Wow. Wait, why'd you get
Well, I
muted though?
I said IFF gay.
Oh,
we should all say IFF gay and all get ourselves.
Remove him from the chat.
Yeah.
Guys, come join me.
Yeah. See how much of Reg leadership we can get banned from events. All right, so let's start the discussion with the first sort of question. What's everybody's favorite moment over the past year? Luca, do you want to start?
Yeah, man. I guess on the night of the CG 5-year anniversary, we had this. There was a bit of a moment in the wheat fields where we got rushed by 3 lines in 2 section. You know, we're not that good at melee. It's mostly like 30-year-old casual gamers. But somehow a line of 3E came at us. We beat them in melee. Then a line of Prio came at us. We beat them in melee. So in kind of CG culture, that event was quite high up there. And because it was on the 5-year anniversary, of course.
Okay. Also, is everybody lined up the same way, like on the chat? Like, does it go Luca, Ballistic, Josh Lowles?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it does,
Then let's follow that sort of line for answering. So,
My turn?
but yeah,
yeah,
that'll be you.
My favorite moment. I've put the YouTube video in the chat. I'm sure you can edit it in Koala. Sorry, Shady.
Oh my
But,
god, you're making me work for this now.
Dude.
We had a really good moment in August where we were playing. I don't know what the map's called. And we had a split decision by Ryland, and he said, "Let's just run at them and see what happens." And so we did. We just fucking chased down the entire 3E regiment, and almost all the way to spawn. So we made a funny warband video of it, and that was definitely my favorite moment.
Was this under Tara's leadership or Shady's leadership?
August, so Tara,
No, that would have been
you.
That would have been you. Okay.
Shady.
Okay.
Anyway, if you watch the video and
I'll
type in the
I'll
parts,
edit that in.
It's quite funny.
I'll pause the melee and I'll put snippets in of that.
I will comment on that clip. You guys were definitely our toughest opponent. I'm sure Josh can agree with me when we were playing as the coalition for those couple of months. Defeating you guys was definitely
Just teething issue, Shady.
yeah. Defeating you guys was an achievement, but I think with the battlefield's even that a little more. If I'm say so myself. But yeah, you guys, great charge there.
You found the overlays, the melee overlays, the dog.
Bro, do you know what Shady is right though? When Prio came into this, like everything huge shift. Huge shift
Well,
in
I
everything.
guess that was the point. Like, or at least when I thought about starting it, the point was to come in and be a bit of a pain in the ass, you know, shift the dynamic a little bit.
Pain in the ass before Brio.
Yeah, fair enough. Josh, you wanna?
Yeah, I think favorite moment. It goes back to the IFF 3E fight. Not necessarily just the result, right? The result was a good aspect of it, but I think the way it brought us together as a regiment, it unified us in his aspects between the companies, between all the lions, all the leaders really chipped in, linked arms, and the united front that we showed, the output of some of the memes and the propaganda was excellent. the vibe was up there. The event was, the result of the event was a fantastic result, but I think the highlight was the leading up to it, the way everybody scrambled into positions. They knew their role. So I think that was a highlight. Straight saving Terracom was pretty nice as well. But I think I think the coming together at the start was certainly a highlight for the IFF.
Yeah, because you guys were on the high afterwards. Like there was a huge bump in IFF attendance I'd say for a couple of months after the event.
Yeah, it was absolutely superb. So I don't think we quite hit 100 players, but we were very, very close to it, and we had some old players come back, and I think the vibe of just having some key cornerstone players come back really attributed to some more highs after that. Yeah, no, it was a good result. It was a nice part of the year. Very nerve-wracking. It wasn't easy for either Tara or myself, but it was. I look back fondly.
Yeah, well, I mean, results speak for themselves. It seems like you guys did some fucking heavy work there in preparation. Sorry,
The
Shady.
boys did well.
Oh no. Okay, sorry, you were just so quiet. I thought I upset you already.
Can I comment on that though?
Yeah, of course, dude. It's open discussion.
Yeah, I will say for 3, I've actually got the numbers up right now. We brought our most amount of people. I mean, fucking insane. We brought 82 people. It definitely united us as a community. I mean, I'm looking at the line support staff and mercenary section for our logbook. We brought 50 people in there. These are all guys who don't attend as often. And I mean, you guys crushed us, but like before that event, weirdly, I do think the loss actually brought 3 together a bit as well, because we had a big decrease in morale, but we kind of went, we're going to survive this, we're going to live through the storm. I mean, look how many people, like, we were able to challenge IFF in terms of numbers, even though the status quo before that was IFF being the biggest community. And so, yeah, even though the results weren't the best, the lead up to it and, yeah, just the overall hype was something that has definitely shaped the community over the year. I mean, say has been a big influence and yeah, 3's I guess overall regiment history, and yeah, it was great being a part of that. Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite moment over the past year was definitely LL versus CG.
Shit.
So why did you have that as well, Skippy?
Yeah, but
No.
but you might have a different point of it than I do. So go on.
No, well, okay. Look, the event itself, cracker. The whole lead up and preparation for it, like working together with another regiment, because we really had our work cut out for us. Because CG established Reg, you guys already had your leadership, you guys already know how to work together. Whereas for us, it was essentially building a regiment from scratch in 2 weeks. And figuring out our leadership, who's going where, all that sort of stuff, like trying to play to everybody's strengths. It was a lot of work, but yeah, I guess it paid off. And yeah, I really didn't want it to be like, was it the IFF versus 3E, where one side would just dominate. I was really hoping that CG would bring their like A game, because we would bring our A game, and we wanted to work for that victory. And we want to make, if we were going to lose, we want to make CG, give them a run for their money. And yeah, it was a very tense game. Obviously, in terms of the actual rounds themselves, I think CG showed how good the fucking interline communication is, and how good you guys are at line battles when you guys really pull your heads in. If it wasn't for the melee stuff and the naval round, we wouldn't have won that event, like through technicality. But the ground battle was definitely a CG victory. So yeah,
Do you remember what the score was?
uh
Was it 4-3?
it was
It-
4-3. Yeah.
Yep. I remember streaming it to all my guys and being like, "Holy shit, CG could win!" Because
Yeah.
I did not expect that outcome.
But
yeah, TL was it.
so what I also remember was the land-based maps that you guys in CG picked. You guys won those, and you guys made some fantastic fucking choices for maps, because those maps that you guys picked denied us artillery, which is something we relied on heavily for our ground forces, like Dark Flame doing his work with the howitzer. And I'm sure Skippy can agree on this as well. But yeah, those, because you guys picked like city maps and shit where it was just close quarters, and yeah. But the maps that we picked, they were all long distance and played to our strengths. So absolutely fucking well done from you guys. It was almost like getting a glimpse of CG from its golden days, making a little return.
What did LL stand for?
Little League.
Little League.
Little
And they
Lou.
had the best banner. Koala, edit in that banner, surely. It
Oh
was so
yeah,
fun.
I'll post a photo of that. For those of you like rewatching this, look very closely at the details of the banner. There's some nice little surprises in there.
You reckon YouTube would ban it?
No, I think it blends in pretty well.
Can
I
you
think
imagine the
I think
entire
unless
video
you
gets
immediately
taken
know what
down?
you're looking for.
Can I see this banner? I've never fucking seen it.
I'll post it in chat in a
I'll
second.
post it.
But yeah, all right. Shady, you wanna?
Yeah, well, I mean, as you guys have covered, yeah, three's definitely had some ups and downs, especially at the start of the year. But definitely the end of this year has been a huge up for the regiment. I think we've definitely improved our overall skill. But my favorite moment, I think I have two that I can't really decide on. So obviously preparation for the NA versus OC event. That was very stressful, but alongside Soy and Bronze and Dav, we're able to host a really good event that I think really unified the community, and obviously was something really different, and I think the results were awesome. I mean, we definitely had some people that said, oh, it's not going to work as an event, but we're able to come together and we're able to absolutely smash the NA guys. So that was really awesome. And the hype for that was really cool. And probably my equally favorite moment was actually the most recent mega event where we 8-0'd our opposition. Yeah, that was just a really good time because the regiment has come from quite a few lows, and it was really nice to see that we're able to still pull it together, and we're able to be a really effective force. And yeah, we brought a lot of people for that, so that was really fun. But yeah, those are my two equal favorite moments.
Skips.
Well, yeah. Koala stole most of my thunder there for the the Little League event that we had against CG. It was just for a long time, 69th was always a bit of the underdog. CG Rorschach constantly talking shit about us, and we were always looking for an opportunity to prove ourselves among the bigger regiments. And there was definitely in the 69th, there's definitely some at the time a little bit of bad blood between CG and 69th. So it was not only extremely satisfying, but it was extremely satisfying to do it with a reg as humble and also fun to work with, such as the GI. And the fact that we were able to pull it off was even more impressive.
Thanks, Skippy.
Yeah, it was.
Love ya.
And it was just fun all around. Like, although the event itself had so many parts to it that made it just an enjoyable moment. You had the competitiveness of it, you had the organization of it, and then you had the fun that came to actually successfully beating someone who we had hoped to beat, and the fact that everyone enjoyed it, even though it was extremely close, was good.
And we thank you for it.
Yeah. No, also shout out to Bronze for sitting out and making that event possible, like adminning the shit out of it. Yeah. All right. How do you guys feel about your respective regiments? Like, what's the general consensus? Are you guys at where you're at? Yeah. Luca?
Oh yes, I'm first. So 2024 in terms of CG for me, so this is my 5th year or 4th year, 5th year, something like that. I joined like when I was 14 or something. So it's basically been my whole young adult, older teenager life. So I've seen it. I was an enlisted for a year and a half, then an NCO for a year and a half, and I've been an officer for a year and a half. So I would say, obviously, there's no doubting that the golden age was late 2021, early 2022, when we were regularly bringing like 80, 90. Skippy was in the same section as me type stuff. Then we had a really end of 2022 was terrible. First bit of 2023 was pretty bad. Like we literally went down to one line of about 15 people. Was what we were regularly bringing, and it was just Rorschach leading, me 2ICing. So I've been 2ICing now for about 2 years, and I would say that late 2023, when we created the sections again. So by late 2023, we had 2 sections, and since the middle of this year, we've had 3 sections. This year's been the funnest year for me, like building the community. Back from 20 to now, we're regularly bringing 30 to 35, and we've got 55 on the books or so. Trying to set up a training. I would say our overall fighting quality in terms of melee has definitely gone down. But just the fun I have in a section has gone way, way more up. My section now is mostly people in their 30s. Like there's a father-son duo in my section. And it's just been really fun to kind of, 2 section never brings less than 12 people to an event. Just as a section, we've always got 12 to 18 coming along. So we're having lots of fun. We're just not as good as we used to be, I'd say.
That's actually really cool, the father-son combo. I could not
Yeah.
imagine gaming with my dad.
No, I just find it funny because I'm like a 19-year-old, but I'm also pretty much with the exception of that father-son duo, I'm the youngest in the entire line. So it's just a funny dynamic.
Yeah. Okay. Ballistic?
Well, we haven't been alive for that long. I think end of February is when we started. We've definitely slowed down a bit. I think June, July, August, maybe May as well. The competitive spirit really took over, and that wasn't the original goal for Prio. I wanted to start it with because all of us are friends, the core players, that we'd come play Holdfast twice a week or once a week. We'd be annoying, get a bunch of kills, try influence the event and hop off. But what ended up happening is, we are a competitive group, and people started getting involved, and it became very competitive. And I think our peak numbers were probably around 22, 23 we were pulling. We'd be running 4 lines, and now we down to about 10 to 15. It's definitely slowed down. That competitive spirit's dropped. The rivalries have kind of slowed down. So that's where we're at the moment.
Okay. Guys, don't make me do this, please.
All right. I turn. I think if you take a snapshot of where the IFF now, it does look like we're down bad. We're very much in a phase where we're looking to refresh, recalibrate, rebuild, and renew what we're doing. We've had a few long-time members recently depart, and that always hurts. They've always been, cornerstones of what we've been, and losing some of those has made us look internally and think, how do we come out of this stronger? So that's where we're at the moment is trying to rebuild and I guess revitalize what we're trying to do. If it means we do things totally different, it shall be that way. But funnily enough, I've just announced an hour ago that 1 January the IFF will have a new kernel. So this interview will be my last official thing as the
Wow.
leader of the IFF. We've come from,
Well,
we were remembering and reflecting on our time as a regiment with me there. And we've had some stunning highs, and it is difficult coming from those where we went from periods where we were bringing 60 to 70 to 30 to 40 over the last few years to where we are now. It is sad, that we've dropped off. Not necessarily because we've dropped numbers, but the people that we played alongside with are no longer there with us. But it's been a journey. So at the moment, our regiment is very much trying to stand back up after a rough month or two. We're positive about it. The guys, I trust the guys a lot. So at the moment, it is very much eyes to the future. That there's a runway for our enlisted, our newer and younger NCOs to take a step up and to shape something of their own. So that's where we are at the moment.
Wow. And what was the retirement date again?
It will be 1 January official.
Oh,
1 Jan
wow.
2025.
Okay.
It's been a ride, and I'm very thankful for everybody today.
How long have you been in Josh House?
2020 was when we joined.
Wow.
How long have you been leading for?
Probably 3.5 years.
God
3
damn,
years.
bro. Good shit.
Check the OCE tree for those details, Shady.
Oh, true, dude.
Yeah.
Gotta get the plug in there. God damn.
No, yeah, look, I know what you're saying, Josh, about like the drop in numbers. It's scary when it happens, but it happens with every reg. Every reg goes through that like growth and then decline. It's just a natural cycle. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll be back stronger.
Yeah, that's it. Like the people who will stay now, they're committed and they're going to be a perfect foundation to build upon going forward.
Absolutely.
Fuck what? How do I feel about GI? Where are we at? GI, I kind of love where we're at. I think we're on good terms with pretty much everybody in the community, which was a goal. Also, you guys know we've never taken the game that seriously. Like I think we're the most casual reg in the community. I want to go out and say that. Maybe Husk now might replace that, but I don't know. But the goal was to be somewhat combat effective and hold our own at least one round a night. To have that meme going of GI diff, like it's just I just think it's fucking hilarious when a regiment can just eat shit constantly and then one round they pop off and just go GI diff and everybody's on board with the joke. And I think we're walking that line pretty well. So yeah, I'm happy with where the GI is at, and I think moving forward we're going to keep this sort of mindset and mentality going. We're slowly improving our game, and yeah, that's it. Shady?
Nice.
Yeah. Well, 3 years in a really good position right now. When I got into my position in leadership, like a year and a bit ago, oh no, 2 years ago actually, I always wanted to see 3 in some sort of position like this. We've got really good relations with all of the different regiments, which is definitely something that I strive towards. The guys are having a really fun time. I think it's going to be a bit biased, but I think 3 is probably the most active outside of events, which I'm really, really happy to see. It keeps the community really strong. And yeah, I'm really happy with the numbers that we've got right now. Yeah, I've really got a lot of hope for the regiment, and onwards and upwards. So yeah.
Well, self-reflection is not often easy because you sometimes miss things that are, obvious. But the
Sorry.
yeah.
No, sorry, I just cracked up laughing. Raj inboxed me the N word, so that's why I laughed.
Yeah, he sent me. He's also inboxed me the N word a couple of times. I've been meaning to tell you.
Sorry to
He
interrupt.
needs to take a chill pill.
Raj has been sending me weird Instagram reels, so I'm kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
scared. He just sent me this like random Greek nationalist one. I was like, what the fuck?
No, don't bring up the Instagram reels. We just had an intervention about it because he spams Instagram reels, and we told him to stop, and he got very upset. Anyway, go on, Skippy. Sorry.
Yeah. Ah, shit. I've only been captain for a couple of months now, and I've never asked for responsibility, I've just always been I've just always been active in participating, and then at some point I just end up being in charge of things, which has always been a great honor, but also it tends to put me in a weird spot where, not to quote, not to say a quote from a certain game, but I never asked for this. But the 69th has been going strong, even with Hunk departing. He was such a strong character, and it made us all a little bit wary of what can happen afterwards. But so far, we've been going strong. We've had a few members that had retired come back and enlist with us straight away, which is always a great feeling. Numbers wise, we've always been able to come to events with a good solid 10 to sometimes even 15 well, I'm gonna say at least 12 to 13 members. But before the GI turned up, and now before the Raiders turned up, we were considered we consider ourselves the laid back regiment, and now at this point we've sort of found ourselves to try and we're sort of half and half between people who just want to play the game and people who want to be very competitive in the community, like Qtex, Darkflame, and BIM, and all the other people who participate in melee arenas and stuff like that. Yeah, we're going strong. I'm always trying to keep in mind the 69th mantra of just, if you're not having fun, you're not doing things right. And so far we've been having a ball. So we hope to keep that going.
Look, just on the topic of like Hunks, not retirement, but stepping down, like you guys were already a solid group, so I think I had absolutely no doubt that you guys would carry on like well and strongly through it.
Like he's Hug was such a character, and when you lose someone like that, like when you lose someone who can literally, get everyone pumped with a single sentence, it feels like you lose something, but ultimately the 69th has stayed the same, and it's good to see that.
Okay, so how do we feel about the community as a whole? Like, what's our general consensus of the whole community, OCE?
I mean, we're CG, so we are North Korea. There is a border wall, so we don't really interact. But as an officially sanctioned foreign diplomat, I have no idea, bro. I have no idea how the community is going.
I was going to say,
I was really sad when IFF collapsed into 3 different or like 4 different things or whatever. Because you know that thing of like Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman Empire, how they fought against each other for 400 years. Then they fought alongside each other, and then both empires died. Kind of feels like IFF is kind of if not died, at the very least been partitioned a bit of a partition there. So that was quite sad to see. Because at the end of the day, IFF is maybe 3E as well, but they're the original regiments. You know what I mean?
But I do want to ask though, Luca, how do you feel about the isolationism? Like, are you pro-isolationist?
I'm probably the main reason it is isolationist.
They want to protect the community from him, bro.
Me and Rorschach are both pretty isolationist. So.
I think Rorschach likes to say his bit, but then refuses to listen when other people say it back to him. So,
Luca, you just gave the most easy response ever, bro. As a straight sanctioned diplomat,
nothing is wrong in the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union is perfect.
I'm one of the 3 people sanctioned to speak internationally.
Wait, who are the 3?
I don't know, maybe me, Rorschach, and someone else.
He can't say. He's not allowed to comment.
Oh, okay.
The state doesn't sanction his commentary.
The third one's yet to be revealed. We'll see.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that. Yep. Sorry.
Ballistic?
I don't know if I have that many thoughts. We're just here to cause chaos. Like, let's be real. Regents here just here to win, cause chaos, and go play other games.
So you who just got banned don't have any thoughts on how the community is being run.
Well, okay, wait, hold on.
Mm.
You've got me started now. So
Oh, here we
I got banned for we know why. We'll
Was
make it clear
African.
for enabling for being South African. Yeah, for enabling Dread to play under, or that was the official reason, because Dread played with
Space
us
sanction.
while he was banned for 2 months for crouching or something. Um, so that
The
I
recording, by the way, ballistic. That was he just called guilty.
no, I've already said my piece to the community representatives and stuff. It was wrong. No, that's why I'm okay with the ban. I think the only thing I could complain about is that I got banned for that, and there have been some other characters in the community with a few
Ooh,
dodgy
yes,
people in their regiments who never got banned. So
I agree with that.
such as Yardi Cheetah, who no longer plays, and the alleged pedophile. So we don't have
Oh.
to. He's not here tonight, so I won't talk too much shit about him. But I think the only thing I'd complain about is call into question why we got banned because we let a serial Rambo slash Croucher play when he got banned for 2 months versus someone else letting an alleged pedophile and cheater play in
Oh
their
my
regiment.
God, the memes that are gonna come from you saying what you just said.
Come on, you're gonna have to. Are you
Uh,
gonna do any censoring or?
what?
No, bro,
Nah,
you
dude.
can't. That
Nah,
was
nah,
clean.
nah, dude. No
I
censoring.
think that was pretty clean, and
That
we
was
know
clean.
we
Yeah,
all
that was
know who I'm
Hey,
talking
We don't
about.
know who we're talking about. Ballistic.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
wow. Josh.
Yeah, right. Good. You know, just send me names, ballistic. I'll right click ban. Anyway,
I forgot you're the elephant.
yeah. So look, I think the community it's always been ultra fluid. Ballistic coming in and deciding to cause chaos has been interesting. It's been. I think the events have been competitive, which was always super key if we're looking at the events itself. Um, and as a community, I think that's healthy for us to come in and know that we can all win an event depending on how we play, rather than a bunch of vlogs coming together because they've got a melee and making a regiment and ruining things. So I think we're in a good spot. In respect to extracurricular activities, as Ballistic has mentioned, I think there's always going to be a bit of drama. I think people will be people, and when you're shielded by things such as Discord on the internet, people will just highlight that. But no, I think we're not in a terrible situation. We've been in much more dire, nearly off the edge of the cliff situations as a community. But I think it's steady. I think when we're looking at it, all the regiments are in a good position. We mentioned the IFF situation briefly, but I think we'll all come out, well off into 2025. But I think it's steady. I think we've been consistent. We always make a comeback. It's every year, every month. I hear since 2020 that OCE Holdcast is dying, but I feel like we're in a strong position. But I think that's it. Going well.
Hmm. I'm inclined to agree. I think I want to comment more so on not so much the game of Holdfast, but the community as a whole. Minus North Korea in this chat, I think all of our regiments are relatively close with each other, and there's like banter going on between the groups. It like, yes, we are individual regiments, but it feels like it's a bigger community. Like, it actually feels like a bigger community. Unlike in, say, the early days when I was around, everybody was a lot more isolationist.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool thumbs up. The fact that, I can go hop on pretty much any one of the discords, the regiments, and just pop in, have a chat with people, and them be like welcoming and, like, hey, how you going? Like, all that sort of shit. That's that I really like. Also, I'm very pro small regiments. I like the fact that we have a lot of regiments at the moment. Maybe it's going to the point where it might be a bit too much, like it's a bit too fragmented. But I think, a lot of regiments is good. So that's my 2 cents.
I might come back to your point you raised, which is very interesting. If you kind of compare where we've been to where we are now. I think that helps, considering when I first started was when I think we were just stepping away koala.
Mm.
We were literally instructed not to talk to other regiments. That's how tense things were. We weren't allowed to talk to CG, and we just didn't have any contact with 3E. And it was very much like
So I can tell you who
it was
changed that. It was Edward Pellu. He was the first ever reg leader in OC that sort of was a butterfly. He used to come talk to us all the time, like, hey, how's the reg going? You know, and just game with us and just be pretty much what a community member is right now. And
yeah, Pelly was great.
and
And I think another key point, shout out, not shout out, but when Parabolina ran his first melee training thing, that was the first time I actually spoke to a 3E person. I'm like, damn, these are just, it sounds stupid, but like they're pretty chill. Oh, you kind of just assume that everybody else is toxic. But I think it is good that we've kind of all joined into one large community, even though there's going to be toxicity and drama. If you look back to where we were from, and even days when we try to coup certain members of the event staff, we've been, we've had some dark days. So I guess that solidifies our stance that I think we are going strong as a community so far.
yeah, Melee Hub also helps. Like
Wasn't Parabolina CG?
He was correct.
Yeah. Yeah, to add to what Josh said, that thing was great. Like when I was still in IFF and helping Josh run things, it was very nice to meet people like Creedy, actually speak to Jackson, Rat Dog,
Quasar.
3E. Yeah, Quasar and the 3E. Who else? Ryland and CG. Even talked to Rorschach. Who I'd never
Quasar was
spoken to
3E?
before. Yeah.
Oh.
He was 3E when you were, wasn't he? I thought he was an OG 3E.
Oh no, I think he came after Koala had left
After Koala.
and Jackson was running it. Yeah.
Get this right, just in case Quasar used to be the most loyal puppy you would ever meet. Would never speak unless spoken to. Would never leave the line unless told to. And now look at him, crazy. Good guy.
He's still a good little puppy to me, Josh.
Go, Shady, go.
Oh, you're not up next, Rob?
No,
Oh,
I
wait,
did.
you-
Yeah,
sorry.
brother.
Josh was just yapping and
No. Josh was doing the
Um,
podcast thing and he was weighing in. Good,
yeah,
good
no,
on you,
that's fine,
Josh.
that's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, already playing favorites. All right. That's fine.
Shut up, Skippy.
Yeah, okay. So feelings about the community as a whole. I think I've been here the least. So I've been here for 3 years, approximately. So obviously I joined right under Jackson, and 3 was still, well, right before Jackson stepped down, so like February of 2022. And 3 was still really closed community. And that kind of changed through Creepy, and then it definitely changed when Dartflame was in power. So yeah, and it was really nice, especially through Melee Hub, as well as just through like general community events, to go from not really talking to any other regiment to interacting with other regiments. Even IFF's like armor stuff, that was really cool to interact with them, get close with a lot of the guys there. Even recently for myself, at least hanging out in the GI Discord a lot. It's been super fun, all the banter over there. But as a whole, I'm really happy with the community as a whole. I mean, I think as regiment leaders, we're all super civil, and we're able to have discussions, civilly about changes that we want. And yeah, I think we're on a really good flow. Yeah, and I think that the NA event was really nice for the community as a whole. And yeah, I think this year has been really positive.
I was also going to say that as well. I think the NA versus OC event helped. Like that was a nice, sort of like a formal way for us to show our, community-ness, if that's a word. Communist? No, not
Expand
communist.
the horizons.
Community spirit.
Yeah, that
Communist spirit, collective spirit.
communal. That's the one. Yeah. Thank you. Words. Yeah. No, that definitely did help.
Who to to go on with the whole idea of like as someone who came from North Korea over there, I started I started playing Holdfast not knowing anyone outside the CG, and it was only when the 69 was created I was actually able to talk to other people who were framed as the enemy. All of a sudden became these people who I was happy to talk to. A lot has happened, like especially these last couple of months, and I don't see them, especially with people breaking off and starting their own regiments. As someone who, has also been through that, I don't see it as a negative thing. I see it as a very positive thing, because anything that involves more than 8 people is going to be, an effort to keep people together, and people will always have different views and ideas on how things should be done, and I think that should be, whilst monitored, should be also embraced. I think the only negative thing I would have to comment about the community is just how the higher ups above all the regiment CEOs have been sort of handling themselves, and things not quite going to plan, and not really apologizing or acknowledging it. But apart from that, I've been very happy with this community, and that's why I continue to not only encourage people in my regiment to actually, if they want to merc, go merc. That's how Holdfast is to have fun in. And if you have mates in another regiment, you should have fun with your mates in another regiment. And I think that sort of camaraderie and system is what helps, keeps people together and keeps everyone playing the game.
Cool. No, I definitely agree with that. Okay, so what do we dislike about the community, and how would you change it, or what would you just change in the community in general?
Okay, the only time that our guys ever get annoyed, and this is a community thing, it's not a personal thing, is it feels like a lot of the time if some shit like Rambo or etc. happens to us, it doesn't really get prosecuted much, but when we do it, it's an instant like slay, if that makes sense. That's also kind of our unwillingness to report, or not to report, but it's not like Rorschach exactly, what's it called, like vehemently asks for there to be a punishment. But our guys get like really annoyed. And there was an instance recently where 3 of my guys were accused of Rambo. Yet, if 3 people are charging, that's still legitimate, even if they're not like with the line.
Can I
As that is a
respond?
group of
Can I
3.
respond to that?
Yeah,
Ooh.
sure, bro.
Look, in my, does CG have any other than Shaq, other active admins?
Dryon and Mindos.
But Mindos isn't quite active, is he?
He's still, well, that's until extremely recently though. Otherwise, he was active. Dryon's very active.
Yeah, look, the admin, and this is not behalf of the admin team. If soy listens to this, whatever. The idea and the goal is that admins do not admin down regiment lines, right? They don't admin just for their team. But human nature, when you're in this guy, what are you most likely to be looking at? Your team or the other team? Like, honestly, if you're looking at Slay, what team are you looking at?
Oh, the other team.
Exactly right. And it's something that I think that we need to go somehow. How do we fix that as a community? How do we somehow remove, that bias from it that you can't fully remove, or how do we adjust for that? Because at the moment, I think what's happening is the weight of admins weighted towards the team that CG isn't on by purely the active number of admins. It's not that I don't think that people are picking on CG, but I think the weight of slays might just be unbalanced in that. But does that make sense?
Well, we also have quite a let it go type culture. Like, if something happens that's not meant to be any form of revenge or advocating for like reslays, but it does end up just making people very pissed off.
I respect that then.
So I'd say pretty much everyone in CG, like I can speak on behalf of the regiment, would say that there's a bias against us. Whether it's on purpose or not, doesn't matter. There is just still a bias.
I think every admin has a bias, and it's almost impossible to remove that, no matter what they say or the event team can say. And look, I'm saying that not because I'm against the admin team, because I'm technically I'm an admin as well. It's just it's impossible to remove that ingrained or that innate bias in the game we play. And if we can find a way to do that, that'd be fantastic.
I'd just say less slays overall, because I find it quite rare that Rorschach actually slays someone. But it
That's
seems
fair.
like there's sometimes on the other team, oh, sorry, mate, you were 10 meters away from your line, time to get nuclear striked.
That's fair.
I also just want to say that I think a lot of the fuck ups with the Rambos is people just that it's a genuine mistake. I don't think majority of the playership is Ramboing on purpose, unless it's a repeat offender. Then sure, yeah. But majority of the time, a line gets wiped and people just don't know what to do. They panic, they charge, and like it just happens.
Mm.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, if your line literally dies and you're just there, you have the option of running like 200 meters to the nearest line or fight the guys 10 meters in front of you. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
To,
it's
to make an
do it.
addition on that, the amount of times that someone's say charged a swivel, and the people are charging a swivel, the people behind one of the players all die, so it looks like a Rambo, and that person then ends up being slayed.
Yeah, what are they meant to do? Just surrender.
yeah.
But
Well, I
the
mean,
thing is,
the rules say
there's rules. There's rules that say if it's a continuous charge, they within compass range of some friendlies, it should be allowed. But the admins don't really tend to listen, and there's very little leeway.
Just to collect, there's no rule regarding Rambo and radar circle or whatever you call the map. It literally split second. You drop your line. Do you charge or do you retreat? At that moment, what do? You can't retreat and then come back. You can't charge and then return to a line. So that's the rule. And that's incredibly hard to admin, because at the end of the day, are we adminning by the spirit of the game or because it's written and you want another like the enemy to die? I think that's what we've got to be
Personally,
careful
for
of.
me, like Rambo's, if someone actively goes out of their way to Rambo, if someone's just been in a fight and they take 2 steps back and then they take 20 steps forward, they didn't retreat, then come back. They literally like took a second to go, oh shit, my line's dead. What do I do? What do I do? And then someone in TeamSpeak says, okay, charge them, and then they charge. Because what will happen is our guys just listen to us. So let's say an entire line dies. I'm dead. So for 3 seconds, I'm not going to speak. So just by pure reaction, the guy starts running away for a second, and then I'll say, no, keep charging, and then he'll turn around.
the moment of panic.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like people are instantly going to go, oh, okay, everyone's dead. I'm just going to continue the charge.
I think we've had similar problems like you, Luca. Like we've had a few guys being slain because an admin's arrived late.
Oh
and
yeah,
they were
yeah.
charging a line, and then the admin has decided to
Corporal.
sorry, the admin's decided to
Sorry.
slay them without context. And I think for the admin team, context is really important. And the second thing is, it's part of the rules, but there needs to be a video. There has to be a video
Yeah.
every single time you slay, because it like smooths over all the problems. If there's a video and it's clear, there's no problem, and they can just provide that to someone if they query it. But if there's no context, I don't think there should be a slay.
It's just the really recent one has like really pissed off CG from last week, because it was genuinely a group of like 3 or 4, and they all got slayed. And then the really bad bit was I actually had someone get slayed as well who hadn't done anything. Like they were already dead, and then they got slayed at the beginning of the next round. So my guys got slayed for 2 rounds, if that makes sense. For one crime, which kind of a crime that they didn't even commit. So that's what's kind of riled up CG recently.
I think that should segue into like stronger responses against admins if they're constantly messing up. Josh, do you know if there is a robust system for consistent
At the moment, there is. It is a self-policing system between the event host team and the admin team. That is something we can look at in how we order the auditors or police the police, without overdoing it and creating an
it can't be too complicated or
skeptical
just fall apart.
system.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tricky one. But at the moment, there is not. No, there is a way to actually, if you feel there is matters of removing admins. I think an event host can do it, and I think the Alderman might, and I think you can definitely remove them by vote via council.
Right.
Okay. Ballistic, do you have anything You wanna?
I think, or at least for the Prebrzezinski, it lies in line with a lot of what Luke is saying. You know, I will admit we have one or two members who
Vertimer.
consistently break rules, but we have a lot of members who were once IFF, who were once 3E, and also CG.
I think there's one
who
guy, Quasar.
just
But
just Quasar. Sorry, Shady. I was trying to make it sound more grand.
it's okay, bro.
Who don't break the rules, and they've been slain a few times without context, and that's just been a bit frustrating because it's name association. You know, Prebrzezinski guy charging by himself, slay, when the admin just randomly arrives. Besides that, I think it would be nice. I don't know. I think the regiment heads have enough power. It'd be nice maybe to see some different event hosts because what does Devuado do? Has he been around or?
I think is he an event host?
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
still
he-
an
I'm
event
not
host,
sure.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm not sure.
yeah. I have nothing against him. I just like. I think Bronze has been doing a good job running the community, but I definitely think there needs to be. Besides, Soy doesn't really count. He's not even here. Um, Somebody else who's also wants to be up there, wants to lead, wants to run the community, another voice for reason with Bronze and discussions, and maybe from a different regiment.
Okay.
Likes and dislikes. Wait, are we just doing dislikes? What was it? Did we change the question?
Yeah, I think I did change the question.
bad.
What would you change
What do you
in
What
the?
do you hate?
What do I hate? CG? Oh, sorry.
Uh,
I was also no, I'm just joking.
Whoa.
My bad. No, it's what would I change? I think what we've tried to change and we keep trying to change is the manner in how we go about adapting situations. I feel like we always either undercook or overcook how we go about changing rules. For example, there was a huge discussion officer chat yesterday about or today about Artie.
Yeah.
We've got this system in place where we can, vote to change rules. And it's so hard to get the mix where there's formalities, who gets to say. So I don't really know what to say in that regard, but that is something we need to look at in how do we adapt to changing and game dynamics within the community if we have to end up going back to a chat where there's just two people from a regiment to discuss. Do we have monthly equivalents of that where we get the heads of each regiment to go, this is the report card of how within the community is being run. We need to do this rather than just dogpiling an officer tavern, which has never been beneficial.
Yeah.
But I think that might be it. I don't know if there's much we can do with. I'm not very creative in the event design space. Campaigns have been a good change. Flags is an interesting idea. If we can change events somehow, maybe it'd be interesting. If we could have, I think it'd be also nice to have more extra reg, some more melee group fighting to spice things up. I think just those few things. I think those few changes might help us step up as a community.
I think you raise a very good point on too many chefs in the kitchen of the officer chat, and a separate chat just for the people who are voting would be very nice to sort of filter things out a bit more. Not that all those other people talking don't have an opinion, but yeah, it's just literally too cluttered. And if you're not there to read the messages as they're happening, like
Yeah.
when I open Discord and I see 50 messages in a chat, I'm not fucking bothered reading that shit. Like I don't care. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. But as far as things that I would change, I think like overall there's this big consensus in the community of running the status quo in terms of events. Like there's a lot of backlash for changes, for trying new stuff. Like when Bronze was trialing the no force charge events, I remember that was a big fuss of like, oh, are we doing this forever? We literally need force charge. Or I don't know, like other stuff like officers having muskets or pistols and like
Yeah.
like there's just like let's just try it. Like fuck it, if it doesn't work, then we'll go back to the old way. And yeah, I think people voting should be like, you know what, like let's just give it a go. I don't think it would work, but let's just see if it does or doesn't. And another thing I would probably change is I wouldn't allow event hosts to be reg leaders. I just from a conflict of interest perspective.
It just helps eliminate that thought of bias.
Yeah,
Do you
definitely.
mean one IC, two IC, or do you mean in leadership of the red leadership team?
No, like literally like a reg leader. So
Okay.
like this chat minus Luca.
Because at the moment, none of
Sorry,
them
bro?
are, except Bronze is IFF leadership, but he's not the red leader.
Correct.
So just keep it that way.
Yeah, like the actual reg leader, like in your case, you as the colonel, I don't think you should be event host, which is the
Gotcha.
highest perm of OCE Discord. I feel like you should be able to make it to what is it? What's the one below?
Spec admin or the other one?
No, the
Admin?
one above spec admin below event host. Event admin.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Organizer, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the highest, I think. Yeah,
No,
right.
or
Yeah,
Digo's the
admin.
organizer. Anyway, yeah, the one below the event host, that one. Yeah, Shady? Fuck, don't sound too happy.
What I don't like about the community.
See, this is why you should have prepared. Oh, I'm gonna wing it.
No.
It'll be fine.
I just want to sound like a well reasoned. I don't want to
well-educated
sound like I'm
episode.
attacking anyone.
Nah, do it.
Look, I think that it's nice to have a lot of regiments. I think that sometimes it can be a little bit questionable as to how people get their members.
Ooh.
So I just wish there was a bit more of an honest transfership of members and such. But I think like apart from that, I'm generally pretty happy. I mean, I think I'm in a similar position to you, Koala, where if there's 50 fucking messages in the Officer Tavern, I'm just gonna ask for like a roundup.
TLDR, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna read through that. So I don't. It's always a little bit risky to get rid of people's voices, like but it might be something interesting to look into. Oh, here's something I would change. Something that's really pissed me off. It's in the Oz Discord. I want my ability to change my leadership positions and to give people tags because it really pisses me off when I see someone who's not in 3 have 3 tags, especially like old leadership and stuff. So please, I'd really like that back to be able to edit people's names and hand out 3 tags, I guess.
You actually just remind me of something. Can we please get GIFs enabled again? Like,
Oh yeah, and
seriously,
GIFs.
seriously, like, yeah. Sorry to jump the gun on you there, Skippy, but I had to bring up the GIFs.
No, I entirely agree. I'm just glad that I can now do like reactions at this point because having to actually continuously type in like yes I agree or this is a good point was starting to irk me. I have a lot of people in my regiment who are very opinionated on the community, so it's very hard for me not to be affected by what they think should happen and what I think should happen. Even now, I can hear Lance's voice in my head just bouncing around and certain points that Penorpa would make. But ultimately, I think just a lot of things need to be ironed out. It seems like the communities of rules along with like permissions seems to have not been looked at in a long time, and I don't mean like the constant adding and changing of rules. I mean there seems to be a very lackluster of what actually, like an actual proof of what actually is allowed and what's not. It seems like every time something happens, it's a full blown discussion rather than oh, this a link to one of the channels where it has all the current active rules. Oh, it's in here. Like, look at that, read it. If you don't understand it, then talk to me, rather than constantly this constant Chinese whispers of, oh, this is what I think the rules are. This is what I last heard the rules were. I as much as people probably don't like the idea of having a one big giant meeting and going through each one of the rules or certain things people are having trouble understanding and just iron them all out and then putting them on a huge document for everyone to read if they forget. I think that might need to happen in the future to continuously avoid these small, petty discussions and arguments in the tavern the moment someone doesn't understand something.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just like have a big review of all the different rule sets and make a really clear like charter or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just something people can point and be like, read that first and then come back
So-
to me. Let's not have a massive discussion where we go in circles for an hour before an admin finally steps in and says, no, this is the rule.
So I'm.
hmm?
Sorry. Go finish up, Skippy.
I'm not, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, that actually sort of ties into the next question. And I guess seeing as I'm going to weigh in on it, I might as well just go. In terms of, yeah, fuck, hang on, losing my mind. So the community rulebook is actually one of my goals for the next year. I want to redo how we have everything because it's a little bit split up. First, I want to finish the OCE tree, which I finished. So that's my next agenda, is to gather the that current rule set of how the community operates, and then combine that into another PDF document of the rules and how the game operates, and just have like an OCE Bible. So that is one of my goals for the next year. Also, getting naval events up and running. I've been speaking to Bronze. I've been speaking to Soy. I am on a mission to make that happen next year.
It does sometimes feel like it's speaking against a bit of a brick wall, and I don't want to be mean to people. I don't want to trouble people during the day about, hey, I really want this to be done, or hey, can you have a look at this? But if you're going to be an admin, I would hope you would realize that this is going to happen when we nag you to do something that needs to happen.
Yeah. So goals for the next year. I've said mine, but Luca, what's CG's goals for the next year?
Hey, so we've been cooking up
Or
a
is
lot socially, right? We've this year we created a pub, which is like every single person in the regiment, upon becoming a Gefreiter, gets their own chair in this pub. They get to choose an item. Every time someone does something valorous, a new item gets added, etc. So we update this pub with the help of our architect Moose, like every month. So we've got a lot of plans to improve it even more. We just added 4 new rooms as of a week ago. Our map was Christmassy for this week. But next year, we're basically just trying to make more things. We're also going to have special events for certain days. So we're having an Australia Day event. We're having like Valentine's Day events. That'll be epic with good old Alex Core. We're having Easter stuff where you have to find certain things hidden around the map. Shit like that. So just trying to get lots of those. Obviously, training-wise, we're really trying to actually ramp up training. So personally, in my section, my sergeant, so the second in command of the section, has basically said, if you don't attend at least 2 trainings a month, you'll be demoted. Just because we're really trying to ramp our training back to a point where we'll never be gods at melee, right? But we want to actually be capable at it. So we're just trying to really ramp up our training.
Yeah, and hold your own. It's not a nice feeling getting wiped. We've been there.
No, and also because I was of the old day 1 section back 2021, 2022, which were like the meleeers, right?
Yeah.
So when I was an NCO, I was used to saying, all right, let's just fucking charge and let's go in. But what tends to happen now is I'll say, all right, guys, let's charge, Banzai, and we all scream Banzai. And then it's kind of just me and call-outs get like a couple kills each. And then I look behind me and everyone's dead, even though we outnumbered them like 3-1. So it's kind of it's a unique play style for me now where I have to actively avoid melee. And I don't really like it because melee is really fun.
Come to Melee Hub. I mean,
Yeah, bring CG to
I
Melee Hub.
do. So I am pretty pro Melee Hub. That's in fact the only kind of a foreign thing I'm fine with.
Wow.
And we have actually secured a Melee Hub admin spot for ourselves, so that's pretty cool.
Actually, pronounced melee.
Sorry, mate.
It's pronounced melee.
Fuck off, cunt. What?
No, mate, this guy's about
I mean,
Are you a fucking English teacher?
you
What-
said a
what-
couple. You did pronounce at least 2 words wrong.
Out of all the things we've said, that's the thing that gets you going.
Yeah, it does,
I've been trying to rev you up all night, and that's what got you.
Okay, so what did I say? What were the 2 words, Skippy?
It was melee and something else that's just catching me because I was too busy laughing.
What was I meant to say? What's the 1984 official government line that I'm meant to say?
Oh, I'm not legally required to answer that question.
Oh, jeez.
Ballistic.
For next year, we'd love to group fight IFF.
Ooh.
That you're about 2 years late.
We've been stonewalled, so we gave ourselves a victory because we got stonewalled so many times. Besides that, we scared of GI, so we won't challenge you. Stay alive would be nice as a regiment. I think we've dropped some numbers recently because as people get bored, and our prime competitive sweatiness is over. So people have kind of, or at least the core of Prio, have moved on to different games at the moment. So yeah, group fighting IFF and keep staying alive. That's our goals.
Josh.
I think it's really just about restabilizing things. Yeah, I think just filling in the breaches where we're currently lacking due to key members departing. So I think it really is just the goal is to stabilize, rebuild, revamp, and brings back some energy into our regiment.
Okay.
Sometimes that's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to try and encourage people to keep coming, especially when things look a bit glum on the horizon or things have happened. But yeah, I'm sure there's always loyal people in each regiment.
I've already said my one. So yeah, go on, Shady.
All right. Well, for 3, as I said before, it's to go on the same path. I mean, obviously we've had certain people leave throughout the year who were barely active, but I think we're in a good position. I want to keep the community spirit at the forefront of everything that we do. Any solid goals, I guess, would to keep helping to expand the community. And I really want to, what's the word? Like, help out with the pub stomps on Oz 1 and stuff, because I think that's a really good opportunity for us to expand and to make it healthier. Make the regiment healthier and make the community healthier.
When you say healthier, do you mean just get more recruits?
Yeah, more active, I guess. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, just keep the good community spirit that I feel most regiments, bar maybe one, have cultivated. Yeah, that's about it.
and self-evaluation is hard. Because the 69th is so perfect. I don't know. Regiment-wise, there's not much that needs changing. We're pretty strong, and at this point, apart from a few very new members, everyone knows what they're doing, and they attend because they want to attend and stuff like that. And we have a lot of skilled players, so training is more more training is more for the new people and a reminder for those who haven't quite adapted to some of the new updates that Holdfast has. But I think personally, I definitely need to go to some sort of officers' school or something. I keep putting my boys in bad spots, and I have a group. I have a good skilled group of boys, but man, yeah, that's not much. There's not much their skill can help dig me out of the hole that I put them in. So yeah, just
No, dude, honestly, you just need to keep doing it. That's what is it?
Pickle will give you officer training.
Pressure makes diamonds.
I probably would listen to Pickle.
No, don't. No, Pickle. Please don't listen to Pickle.
Sergeant Pickle or Corporal for a Pickle will give you officer training. Come on.
Oh, good heavens!
All right. So fun questions. Do we have any predictions for the next year, like in terms of stuff that might happen in the community? Luca?
Yo, sorry, can you repeat that question? I was watching some reels real quick.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking hell. What are
Rock.
your predictions for the next year?
Predictions.
Like things you might think that happen.
Um, 3 East partitions into 3 different regiments, just like IFF.
Ooh.
I reckon that's one. I reckon 69th and CG get a bit closer. Like there's a bit of the occasional kiss between me and Skipper. I would say community numbers are going to stay the same or go up. I actually don't think they're going to go down. This is something we were talking about in the community. People feel like it's going to go down, but I don't really think so.
I've
And
heard that too.
I think CG wise, I think we're going to be more skilled. I definitely think we're going to have more of an emphasis of making the community even bigger and better. So I reckon next year is going to be a good year.
Cool.
Any thoughts on that, Shady Lucas?
Okay, well, I'll get my predictions out of the way. Rorschach steps down, number 1. And well, I was gonna say Josh steps down, but I mean, I guess that's already been proven, right? So maybe I'm like the messiah. I'm just, Rorschach steps down. I think that I don't know. I think that CG will lose numbers, not partition, and I think 69th will grow from people leaving CG. IFF, I think, will become a 2-section regiment instead of 3. I think that the community will grow. And I think that, yeah, I think.
Which of the 3 IFF things do you think is not going to survive?
Which of the 3? I'm gonna say probably 9th. Oh, actually, I've got a crazy prediction. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna be looked fondly upon, but I think that Prio is gonna merge with IFF. I don't know why, but they're gonna become the new 9th. Maybe you guys will become 3 sections again. I don't know.
Why are the other regiment leaders not here, by the way? Like COR and level 1 and 42nd and stuff like that.
So official answer is because when this was organized, they hadn't been registered yet. They hadn't officially become regiments. So I had to sort of make a cutoff because otherwise I think we would have been here for 3 hours chatting if we had all of the reg leaders. and I was like, all right, so only registered regiments
Yeah,
at the time of organizing this, and yeah, I know this is being recorded after they've been registered, but yeah, I guess it just didn't happen. Yeah. But yeah. Ballistic, any predictions?
Yeah, I, I think it was a good shot, Shady, but I don't think we're gonna be. I
Hey,
don't
bro,
think we're gonna.
I'm just blindly shooting right now. You know.
I think it was a good shot.
Yeah.
You know, we've got history, especially Josh and I have history in Ghost as well. But I don't think that will unfortunately not come to fruition. I think I agree with most of what Shady said. The only thing I can't exactly remember everything, but while he was saying it, I was agreeing with it. I don't know if the community is going to grow. That's the only thing I think. I think the game is aging. We're getting further and further away from the COVID times, and we're getting more splinter regiments, and I think that's not good for retention. I don't know how many new people are coming into the community because the devs seem to be very focused on front lines,
What do you
which
mean? That's the
I've
game,
heard
bro.
it's no, but I've heard it's a different player base, the front lines and the nation at war players. Um, so I think pretty much everything that Shady said, bar growth and us merging with IFF.
So you don't believe in our Lord and Savior Reflex and his judgment calls?
Um,
No.
do you believe in our Lord
No,
and Savior
absolutely
Reflex?
not. Please, fuck. Bro, fix cavalry. Like, why would you invest
Why
in
don't
a
you
dead
True, bro.
as
bro?
Okay,
if
literally update naval fix cam. That's
bro,
literally
as
all
if
you
he
need to do.
didn't pour his efforts into fixing nations at war. He's pouring his efforts into fixing a game mode that nobody plays.
Because he's not going to get extra sales by fixing
No.
a game everybody's got already.
Also, free weekend. I don't know what the fuck. Why aren't they doing it, man? Like
Yeah, they should do more free weekends.
mentally deranged. Also, can I add in before Josh goes? I want to add in a crazy 2 more predictions.
Go on.
I think that no offense, DD, I think 1VL is gonna remerge with IFF, and I also think that there will be a new game, or a new type of game similar to Holdfast. I don't know whether. Can I ask a question, Koala?
Yes.
Would you guys
No.
join a new game,
Minecraft.
like a new, like similar
Yo, we are
to
actually
to
starting
Holdfast?
Minecraft line battles, right? So you get your cross
Minecraft
Oh
and
line
your
my
battles. Let's
fucking
go.
god.
What's next? Roblox? I don't know.
No, Roblox is
Oh my
bad. 'cause
god,
it's
Alright,
free.
Roblox
can we
Holdfast.
just make a pact? If Holdfast dies, we will become Roblox
Minecraft,
regiments,
bro.
surely.
No, not Roblox, because then you just start having the like they just do suicide. Fucking, there's like 10 million recruits. None of them get past the rank of Soldat. It's just like 5-year-old children getting thrown at the front. It's like,
I know that there's a Holdfast like game about the American Civil War. Not the one that we tried to transfer previously, but there's a new one
Battle
coming
Cry.
out.
not the 2 ones that failed. The third one. That
Not Battle Cry or I think there was another one that we tried to.
War of Rights? Did we ever
Yeah,
try and go over to War of Rights?
There was talk of War of Rights, but I don't think we
Oh.
actually did it. But
I just-
Cry of War. Sorry, the first
Battle
one. that we
Cry.
did-
Battle Cry of Freedom.
Battle Cry of Freedom was definitely a good attempt.
Yeah, I actually remember attending some of those events. They were
Yeah, I saw
weird.
footage somewhere.
I
Yeah.
just want to weigh in on this. Like, even 1 year into my Holdfast career, I remember we were talking about other saving grace games that never came along. Like Bannerlord was meant to be it. There was
Oh,
Whigs and Tories. Then War of Rights. All of these games were meant to be the saving grace from Holdfast, and you know the game changed. Basically, the Warband 2.0, the thing that everybody invests in, but it never came along. So I'm inclined to say it's probably not coming. I think Holdfast
You don't
is.
think it'll ever come along?
Oh, I think Holdfast will die and there will be something else, but I don't think there will be a game that will come in and replace what Holdfast is.
Okay. Interesting.
That's yeah. Sorry, Josh, please predictions.
Sorry. Before
Oh
before Josh, I have to run, so I just would like to say,
no!
unfortunate.
Oh.
Thanks for having me. Nice to chat to everybody. And if I could poach one person, which I think's a future question, it would be Drew from the THR. Drew, love you. All right, see you guys.
I've got
Come on,
Thanks.
bro.
Fuck.
No.
See, I'm listening.
All right, predictions: IFF glorious victory in a melee fight against Prio.
Ballistic's
Oh.
gone. He can't fight back.
Yeah. The Prio slander begins.
Look, I think predictions IFF will have a refocus in how we go about things. We've always been competitive. We might have a shift in focus on that. I think community will be steady. Nothing crazy will change. I don't think there'll be any new regiments. Not sure.
Who's taken over from you, bro?
Not announced.
Ooh.
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 Make them pistol duel.
Yeah.
Okay, so my predictions. Shady, I think you stole this one off me, but Shaq retirement.
did.
I think this is the year that Shaq goes out and touches grass. Jesus
Fuck,
Christ.
wait, hold
No,
on.
not again. Stop. Bro, please.
I actually apologize for that. I pressed the button by accident.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, Shaq retirement. I think 3E is gonna sort its shit out and be like close to what maybe I shouldn't say it like that. But
No. Surely.
no.
What are you gonna say?
No. Like become actually like good.
Join
Like
the 3E today.
okay. Like not predominance, but like yeah, like 3E supremacy is a legit thing that comes back. Where yeah, you guys are gonna grow, and I think Shady, you're the leader to put 3 back on top.
Yep.
What else? I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna say that's it for my predictions. Skippy, I think yeah, Shady already went, so yeah, Skippy.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been looking into the crystal ball, and so far I've just come up with the takeover of CG. CG just joins the 69th.
Yes.
I generally, but generally, I think the GI is definitely going to grow. I think you guys have cemented yourselves as the alternate regiment. If you're not into what the 3E and the IFF can offer, I think people will immediately then go to GI. I think.
So people retire from regiments and come to us. The retirement home is real. It's a thing.
The time in the home is real. I've got rat infestation. I've got Drew. A Gene Chad's made a comeback, which is nuts. I've got MLG members making a comeback as well, to the point where they're just the amount of times I've just hopped into VC and everyone's speaking Malaysian is fantastic. But I think I do think attendance and overall numbers are definitely going to drop. I've had this conversation with someone before, and I generally think at this point, Holdfast attendance is definitely going to slowly drop next year. It's definitely reached it's definitely gone past its use by date, and at this point, I don't know how many new people are joining the game, but it certainly seems that this year was the year for old members to come back and revitalize their attendance in Holdfast, but I don't think that's going to continue into next year. Apart from that, I can't really see anything else particularly happening. I think Rorschach would definitely really double think about if he ever does leave the regiment. But I don't know. I think I'll be very surprised if he does let go of the regiment anytime soon.
That would be pretty wild though, if Rorschach is the leader of CG from the start of Holdfast to the finish of Holdfast. like
I
that.
honestly don't think he'll be resigning, bro. So I think there's a very good chance that will.
I would just be surprised and would genuinely be interested on like life is life. Things will always happen and nothing stays the same. But it would have to be something pretty big for him to have to step away.
Mm.
But no, that's all I can really predict. I'm sort of a day by day sort of fella.
Okay. All right. So as a closing question, like a last fun one, if you guys had to poach one person from each other's regiments, we'll include Prio in this, even though Ballistic isn't here. Who would you poach and why?
So this is the only one I've actually prepped for. So I've got a list written down here.
Oh, good.
I've got 6 different regiments that I'm poaching people from. So first from the GI, actually, Koala, who do you reckon I'd poach from GI? He's someone I fucking love, like I'm in love with.
Honestly, I don't even know who you interact
Divine.
with.
Beef broth, bro.
Really?
Beef
You-
broth.
Really?
Do you know what?
I need him to be brothing beef. We came up with that community thing where he has to do it before each event. Now he says he does. However, also part of that was that he had to record himself doing it. That has not been enforced, and if he joined CG, it would be enforced.
No, he did,
single
didn't he?
event. No,
No,
he
but
doesn't do it every single event. It's forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's forever. There's no time limit.
dude, the guy's a vegetarian, so like good luck with that.
Really?
Yeah.
That is fucking epic. So I definitely take beef broth. Other than that, I know Koala exists and I know no one else from the GI.
That's fine.
From COR, I'd be taking Tarragon, of course, because it's just funny to watch Tarragon. It's like fuck. I don't know. If Napoleon, right, like when he came back in 1815, he came back for his 100 days, right, and then he got sent back to St. Helena. I reckon he's got he's going to launch another 10 days, and that's what COR is. He's launching the 10-day offensive. And I don't know, he invades Madagascar or something and then gets arrested. So that's why I want Tarragon there. He's run with my line before as well, so it was very nice having a sold out mozzarella. Then, of course, from 3E, I'd be taking Shady Lucas. I'd be putting Tarragon and Shady Lucas in the same line, and I'd be saying, one of you's leader, one of you's 2IC, figure it out. And I think that would be quite funny. 69th is kind of a double one. I'm not sure who I would choose. Is Russian Mike still in 69th, Skipper?
No, he hasn't.
Fuck!
He hasn't been there for a wee while.
Well, if Russian Mike was, he's the only person I've ever blocked ever on like any social media. Just because he used to spam me all the time. So I'd be putting Russian Mike in the same section as Tarragon and Shady. They can run as kind of a line of 3. And Shady,
You
Russian
should
Mike
chuck Darkflame in there as well.
Yeah, Luca, just make a fucking line of X3
All
leadership.
the X3 leaders. And chuck Koala in there as well, surely.
and then but since Skippy said Russian Mike's not there, I'd take Skippy, bro. I've seen him at the meetup before. He's an old one sectioner. Some people in my line are getting
Bondi Burger.
Yeah, exactly. People in my line are getting pissed off with being the bullet magnet, so bringing Skippy back would be good.
Oh mate, I've not lost that. I'll tell you.
From the Prio regiment, I'd bring back the worst Prio member, who was a former 2 sectioner, and that's Verdimo. He was my 2IC. I kind of want him to be 2IC again just for a little bit because it was quite funny. Like, basically, I'd die and he'd just say, everyone panic, and he'd, like, disconnect from the game. So he was as good as a 2IC can be. And honestly, from IFF, I've just had to write question mark because with the exception of Jossos, I don't even know who's in IFF anymore. Mate, yeah. Oh, someone's fucking...
My bad. Misclick.
He's back. So, I don't know who to take from IFF because Josh Olds is leaving. So, I don't know. Josh Olds, who would you give to CG?
You guys can have...
Milk.
Oh, milk.
Milk?
Yeah,
Epic. We'll take Milk then. I'm sure he's a fine, upstanding citizen of IFF.
Whitest guy I know.
Epic.
All right, Josh, who are you poaching?
To be honest, I didn't realize the question was for all regiments, so I'm going to go through this quickly. My dream is making a smear line, an absolute line of Gumbies. So I'm going to bring back Gary. I'm going to get Fluffy. Who's Fluffy's regiment? GI?
Yep, GI.
I'm taking Fluffy. Who's another Smee? Dread from the Prio. Jebby from the 3E. Yeah, we'll bring back DD as well because he causes chaos.
And Bubbles, right?
In
Bubbles.
those things, imagine him in line.
Bubbles, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And
Ah,
what other regiment am I
Bubbles.
missing? 69th. I don't know a whole lot about 69th, but don't know. 69th, I apologise. CG, I'm not too familiar who's in their read at the moment.
Bro, I'm telling you, you want Bubbles.
Give
If
us
you-
Bubbles.
If you want to smear Reg, you want Bubbles in
I
it.
want Bubbles.
And
So
Jimmy.
give me your
Take Jimmy
smears.
as well.
Give me your Gumbies, anything, and I will look after them.
Okay. All right. So, what am I taking? So, from Prio, I would take Joad. Not for melee skill, but I think the guy's just actually fucking hilarious. He doesn't speak much, but whenever he does, I'm cracking up laughing. From 69th, I'd take Dark Flame. He's a Pookie Bear. I can't actually say anything bad about the guy. He's actually so nice. And he's very good with the howitzer. From 3E, I would take Asian Sharp. Another very, what's the word? Just an amazing person. Like, how is someone that nice? Like, genuinely, you can't say anything bad about him either. Also, his recruitment skills are on fucking point. So GI would grow to be huge. IFF. See, you guys with this whole fragmentation thing, I don't know who's left in the IFF.
Probably Milk. Just take
Well,
Milk. It's the
Yeah,
easiest pick.
yeah. Yeah, Milk. I'm gonna say Milk then. From CG, even though he's not around, I'd probably take Gambit.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Who imagine a lion charging you and him yelling, experience the full might of the GI diff or something like that. Yeah, have I missed anyone? Oh, okay, you know what? I'll do the smaller regs as well. I take Bjorn from THR and Defen from COR. Yeah, that's my lineup.
Okay. IFF, Milk, otherwise known as Duffels. It's a pretty easy one. GI. This is hard. It would either be between. It's like a three-way tie between Koala, Scare, and Fluff. So I think you three would have to battle it out. Just who gets in. 69th, this is going to be, well, I don't know, maybe some of you expected this, but definitely Dark Flame. I think he would be a really awesome.
You're trying to poach my second in
officer.
command. What the heck?
From Prio, I think I would take. You know what? If I'm gonna try and rebuild an old 3 line, I think I'd take back Quasar. From CG, I would take back Bredza, just because I like the guy, even though he did some interesting things. From Core, oh, that is so easy. Core, I'd take Oda in an instant. Oda would be so fucking funny to have in a regiment. And from THR, I really like. I don't know if he's actually in the regiment, but you know what? I think I'd take Quack. I think Quack would be fucking funny to have in 3 as well. Actually, I think he's a pretty good line leader. So, yeah.
Actually, before Skippy goes, I think I want to change my THR choice from Bjorn to Juz. That man giggles a lot, and I love it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
when he gets the giggles, bro, it's legit. It's the best thing ever. All right, yep. Go on, Skippy.
See, I struggle with this because I don't know a lot of people in the 3 in the IFF. So I just wrote down I would love to create the OG 1 section.
Yes,
So,
bro. Fuck
yeah, but like everyone from
everyone just forced them back.
from Devado leading, Woden second in command, all of the 69th Lance Penolpo and just bring back people from retirement. I would probably like to just take Fluff from the GI. I think he would be. Oh, I like talking to Fluff. He's fucking awesome. I'd like to just steal Chapeau just to not only get rid of his regiment, but just I think he'll flourish in the 69th environment. But as for the sadly, I just don't know enough people. Like, I want to steal Cloudy, but that's only because me and him go back from one section
Wow.
days.
Okay, that's an interesting pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Cloudy as much as the next guy. He'd be
Oh,
so epic to have in the channel, man.
100%.
Shut the no way.
It's like a punching bag that you can't stop punching.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, considering I haven't talked to him since, oh Christ.
Is that why you want beef as well, Luca?
No, B for me would be buddies, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Luca just likes beating up on the little guy.
Bro.
Hey, what Shady Lucas? What I've ever done with you? I always used to say you should be leader instead of Tarragon, bro. I was yeah. I used to dog on Tarragon all the time, man.
Oh.
Don't think I've ever said something bad about you, Mr. Shady.
Oh, thanks, man.
Can we
Thanks,
get that on
Luca.
paper? Yeah, just for
That's-
future
Same,
reference.
It's
same
been
with
recorded.
Skippy as well.
But I'm afraid my list is rather selfish and limited. But yeah, I'll just create OG one section. A lot of the members are spread between the CG and CG3 and 69. So I'm pretty sure that's like one or two from each people.
Okay.
And I'll happily nick Cloudy.
Interesting choices. All right. Well, I think that wraps this up. Unless anyone has anything else to add. Any closing statements from anybody?
I'm Skippy. I'm here because I drink too much and I have an anger issue.
Hi, Skippy.
Hi, Scoopy.
Do you know, closing thing? I just want to question because I virtually never talk to you guys. Skippy, who's the 2IC of 69?
Dark Flame.
Is there any other NCOs or is that just it?
Dark Flame, Lance is Sergeant Major, then it goes Penorpa at G4.
And it's like, what, 20, 25 dudes or so?
In what, the whole reg?
Yeah.
Oh, nuts.
That's crazy, bro. There's like 100, isn't it?
No,
Oh,
showing up to like events.
No, but I think
Oh,
Skippy's
okay.
speaking about regular attendees.
Yeah, regular attendees, it's about like 10 to 12. Like full-on members, I'll literally have to count. Because a lot of them are like, 1 week they attend every single day, then they'll disappear for 2 weeks, and then they'll come back.
Yeah.
Actually, Skippy, I've got a question for you as well.
Yeah.
What was the leadership like? What were you when the 69th guard used to be around? Because
The Black
from what I remember, wasn't Garfunkel second in command or something?
He was. How do I put this nicely?
Your Reg Snipes.
He wormed tongue his way into that position.
Okay. What was your rank though back then?
I would have been a sergeant. Oh, I was a sergeant of light section. Back in those days, we were.
Yeah, that's right. You were the light.
We had a dedicated arty, lights, and main line.
And guard.
And guard, of course. Yeah, which was all Garfunkel's the main. Basically, because we were straight from lights, I simply I got promoted to corporal, and then I got promoted to sergeant to lead it.
Do you like 69th more now that it's a little bit smaller, I guess? Like it feels more like a community from an outside perspective. Like, do you prefer it now?
I enjoy the 69th because my mates are there.
Good response.
And I have a duty to hunt to keep it going.
Yeah, that's good. Interesting.
I'm sure all these questions and more will be answered in the 69th edition of the Holdcast.
Oh.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
haven't got enough. haven't got enough time nor alcohol.
No. That's not. That'll be another time. Another time, definitely.
Also, I've got a question for Luca.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Rorschach steps down. You taking over?
So I've always thought about this. Rorschach has to be the like constitutional monarch, because otherwise we just become like all of you guys who have your little like squabbles and little coups and whatever's every like 2 minutes. So what we'd do is we'd just create Rorschach into like this figure, and he might like attend, I don't know, once every 3 months or whatever. But then there'd be, I guess, like a communal council almost. Like I would be the 2IC, but I wouldn't be the leader, if that makes sense.
So you become prime minister and he becomes
Yes, that
monarch.
is literally what CG has always been. There's the king, which is Rorschach, and then the prime minister. So that was Davwado, then it was Para, then it was Shushi, maybe it was Emma for a bit, Bassett's for a bit, and now it's me, and it's been me for like 2 years. So it would basically just be the same of how it is, and I don't think you'd notice if he left or not, if that made sense, because he'd keep showing up, just not as regular.
Hmm.
But
But you
Luca,
know,
what would be the changes that you make in CG, if I can ask? Like, have you thought of anything?
Changes. I mean, the dynamic between me and Rorschach has always been quite good. So I'll just say, hey, this is something I think we should change. And it's very rare that he'll say no. So it'll just be the same of what it is now. Also, I've got a lot of things, like I'm very busy in my personal life. So trying to do some sort of like, I'm in charge now type thing, it's just really not on my my life agenda, if that makes sense.
I ask if you were given the opportunity to lead completely, would you take it?
It would still be a pretend thing where Rorschach's still technically in charge, if
We
that
get-
makes sense.
We're getting
I'm
the
like-
company answer.
But even if he told you he was stepping back, you would encourage him to sort of stay on to be this figurehead.
Yeah, it's kind of like, think of it like the king in the UK. Like, he's technically our king in Australia, but it's not like he ever really does anything here. He does like a tour every 15 years. So it would just be the same thing.
It's like North Korea. You have to go and bow down in front of the statues.
It's just a more so thing of, let's be real, if I like took command, there'd be people who don't like it. It's not going to be a unanimous decision where it's like, oh, Kim Jong-il has been appointed. So it would just cause instability within the regiment, and there's no point having instability.
One more question. Josh Lols.
Yeah, mate.
What's something that you wouldn't want the new leader of IFF to change? What is like the one big thing that you want them to keep consistent in the regiment?
That's a good question. Oh, he's thinking about it.
It's pondering.
Tricky. It's a tricky one. It's hard. It's one of those things that if the other person who came in were to do, we've been talking the last few months about we're not going to hold back on absolute massive changes if that's what we think is best. So, I think the key is, I think it's similar to, it's something that I used to always say, and I think one of the guys from 69 might said, if we're not having fun, we're not doing the right thing. And I think that's got to be the key.
So as long as the IFF is still having fun.
As long as people are coming because they enjoy each other, that's the key.
Do you think that there's something in IFF that, like, kind of, like, is there one big thing that kind of makes that happen, or do you think it's like multiple things?
I think it's multiple. I think everybody brings in their piece of the pie, which makes us who we are. I don't think there's one person or one attribute, which is why next year will be interesting to see what our focuses are. because I guess in the day we've been, as you can see from the family tree, we've been steady for 4 or 5 years since birth, and a lot of who we are have departed now. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that.
Do you think that the regiment's really ready for some big changes?
It's not that we're ready or not; it's that it needs to happen.
Okay, so it's like it's a necessity. All right. Okay, cool. I'll be excited to see what goes down.
Okay, well, I guess that's is that it? Anybody have anything else?
Nah, I reckon you can clap your hands and say Finn.
No, all right. Well, thanks for making time for that, guys. Fuck, I don't know when I'm gonna get around to editing it, but yeah, hopefully soon.
Is there an ETA release? Or is like there a release date for this?
Look, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow, so Sunday, so that and get it out before Christmas, because Christmas special, right? So
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, so hopefully then. But yeah, Luca, thanks for stepping and filling in last second.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know this was a podcast thing. I thought this was some sort of like little chat. Then I thought it was a then I thought it was just like a community meeting about next year, and then eventually midway through I kind of realized when it's like people can see this later, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about?
Oh no,
Anyway,
you know what?
so what's the deal with this? What's the hog whatever the fuck
Holdcast.
it's called? Hogscast, yeah.
Hogscast? Holdcast.
I don't know. All I did is when Shady
Yeah,
said
so-
to me, "Hey, do you know about Holdcast?" I just lied and I said, "Yeah, bro."
Wait, so
No,
do you
just
not know about the Holdcast?
What I actually did, I staged it like I wanted to talk to him. I was just like, yeah, I'll read to you what I said. I was like, yeah, Luca. I was like, what's up? You free for a combo? I was like, I really need an amateur chat. And he was like, yeah, of course. And I just sent him the group chat.
And you
so
pulled him into a 2-hour
that was
yap session.
Oh,
that was really funny.
Holdcast.
Yes,
Yeah,
Holdcast.
That makes sense. No, the way you pronounce it sounded like Hogcast, and I was just thinking, what the fuck's going on? Like,
No,
what are
no,
we?
the whole-
Some sort of
yeah.
little like pigs or something? I don't know.
No, the Holdcast, yeah.
So what's the point
Regiment
of it,
leadership
if
of
you call it?
pigs.
Wait, sorry, what was the question, Luca?
What's the like? What's this? What are we doing?
Well, we just did it.
I was gonna say.
No,
Done.
but like, who watches? What purpose does it have? And I'm not being mean or anything.
No,
I'm just
I
genuinely curious.
understand you. So, okay, who watches? Well, the last one I did had 165 views.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like, look, in YouTube world, that's nothing, but I think that's everybody who's attending events right now.
Well, I'd say
right?
it's time to get some sponsors, really. So.
If you know any, let me know. But yeah, look, I don't know. It's just
Coalition hosting.
You
It's
know what?
just-
I'm not even joking. I'll give you one singular dollar if you open up the video with like a 20-second join coalition gamer. I'll give you a whole dollar.
You
they're
paying
sponsor.
sponsorship. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good question. I don't know how to answer that. Like, what is the Holdcast? So originally the Holdcast started as I wanted to interview reg leaders and sort of get the story of the regiment's history and that sort of stuff, like mainly for archiving purposes.
Yeah, very nice.
Because like reg leaders come and go, and then people don't know the history of their groups. And I just wanted sort of like a way to re-encompass that well, sorry, not re-encompass, but capture that was more palatable than like the traditional method of writing a history of X regiment. Because I let's be honest, I don't think anyone's going to sit through a 20-page like little booklet of the history of the regiment. So whereas people will sit down.
Said, we something I forgot to actually say about next year is we are actually working on a CG book. I'm not even joking. But it's like it's the whole history of CG. So we've already done. I'd say we've definitely done all the uniform pages. We've done how it formed. Each kind of significant member gets their own little paragraph. There's a paragraph for Cloudy, of course. And I'd say I know for a fact 80 pages have been done. So.
So it's going to be longer than the Tale of Three.
Will there be an actual hard copy?
Yes, it will be a hard copy.
Oh, okay.
So
That's actually,
yeah,
yeah, 100%.
that's the goal, and it'll be like a nice kind of what's it called, hardcover little thing, and everyone gets their little book. But there'll also, of course, just be an online version for the losers who don't have enough money.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, so it's just a way to memorize all of CG's history.
Yeah.
And
So
obviously, we've had the same leader that whole time, so he kind of remembers what happened at different stages.
yeah,
Yeah, very nice.
yeah.
So is
So
this
that
just gonna all come from Shaq's head?
No, because we have, I guess people like Jimmy. You know, he's come back and he was here when CG was founded, etc. But we've also reached out to lots of people. Like Slothy sent me basically a page of like, this was my service. So I kind of edited down, got rid of the fluff, and put in the.
Has Cloudy come on as well?
Look, me and Claudia, as you know, best buddies. I'll be happy for him to give his side of the opinion, but I'm honestly he might not want to read the page, the Cloudy page.
Oh,
Ooh.
I see.
Anyway, Koala, if you're going to do an IFF1, I'm happy to still do that, even though I'm not officially the reg leader at the time
no,
of the
I'll
interview.
yeah.
I think I'll probably be the best one to cover it all,
No,
if you ever get there.
look, I will get there eventually, but there's a lot more moving parts I want to do with the IFF. I think it would be a multiple part version where I go through the leadership and then get like their section of the story and then combine it into maybe a mega video kind of thing. I don't know.
Like when you kind of, is it like when those go 3 or 4 people and it goes between them kind of thing, like a documentary series?
Yeah, kind of. I haven't really thought ironed it out yet, but because obviously if I just interview you, you're gonna tell me the part that you were there for and the stuff that you know best, and you obviously went around for the early days and what that was like, and
Oh, I was there from the start.
what you were in AIF?
Oh, when it turned IFF, I was there.
Okay, yeah,
But I know the Zombat, I know Koala, the Quacks.
yeah, and
stuff,
like the whole
Ducks. Yeah.
the early days, like when
Stevens, yeah.
they were in TRR,
Yeah,
and
TRR.
they said,
Yeah, I was there as well. Yeah.
Oh, you were there for that?
Yeah, I was in the TRR. I wasn't in the AIF when it was the AIF.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I just speaking to people and getting as much info as possible on it.
That's cool. Happy with that.
CG is willing to help you as well if you ever need something for the historical stuff, because that's something we are actually quite keen on making sure it's all documented. We do like documenting our stuff, obviously, like our quote wall and everything.
Can we get a sneak peek as to what the next Holdcast episode?
Brother, I'm surprised I'm even fucking doing this one. I haven't even thought about the next one.
Actually,
like
that's pretty good that you got to this. That's a pretty good one.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Can I interview you for a GI one? That would be really funny.
Okay, I've really wondered how that would work. Like, how would the history of the GI work? I can't really
So anyway, once we're in
podcast
3,
myself.
then we won't.
Look,
I'm just joking.
Though I do think you would be a good host for it, Shady. So
thanks, Bear.
But yeah, like that's just the goal of this. And look, a lot of, even though I said before that the community does speak to each other, there's a lot of info that isn't passed on, and I think the videos also give people an opportunity to learn about each other's regiments in a way and how they operate. Because like when I interviewed Shaq, like I tried to get into like, so how does CG function? Like what's yeah, like try to get into the behind the scenes, and it was nice to learn about the inner workings of CG because, state secrets, and that's kind of what I want to do for all the other regiments as well, so that we all learn a bit more about each other as well.
Yeah, nice, bro. You know what, Koala, I reckon I honestly knew not much about you beforehand, but you do sound like the best reg leader besides the CG reg leader.
Wow. Thank you. I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but I appreciate that.
I think maybe if I had to put it in I will rank it because that makes people annoyed. So Skippy would be number 2, just because I know him previously. Then it would be Chetty Lucas and Tarragon tied,
Oh,
and then we'd put Josh
God,
Lowell.
no.
Fuck, who's a really bad reg? I don't know. Actually, all reg leaders are kind of all right. So we'll just put Josh Lowell towards the bottom just because of the old IFF CG kind of little fight. we
CG
had.
are toxic, bro. They called us gay, bro. We had to boycott.
Well, I've been muted for 3.5 years. I think I've served my fucking sentence, mate. Like, there's people who've committed armed robbery who've gotten out before I have. Fucking hell.
I'm looking forward to when Lukaduka messages you later, Qual, and be like, "Yeah, can you just cut that part out?"
Yeah. No, it's gonna be like, alright, I need you to edit out timestamps. This.
Yeah.
Oh, no edits though. This is going to be a clean cut. All right, I'm literally about to stop the recording, so say
Stop.
bye.
Clap. Bye.
Bye.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas. Bye. Happy New Year.
All right, thanks.